What's up, everybody? Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. I'm your host, Tay Biz, in the building. And this is a special recording, special day, special live stream. All right. So yeah, it's Friday at 1 o'clock. I know everybody with their family. And first, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good time with your family, things of that nature. Um, but yeah, just wanted to, go ahead and do the show today. Um, it ain't gonna be long. We're gonna talk about a little something, something, man. Then we're gonna keep it pushing, man. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, yep, there we go. All right. So yeah. So how's everybody Thanksgiving? Go ahead and leave a comment if you can. You know what I'm saying? Uh Mine was pretty good. Cooked, you know what I'm saying? Spend time with moms, relaxed, watch football, saw uh a lot of different games. Saw the Lions lose. I had I was posting some stuff yesterday while the game was going on. The Lions, man, Detroit Lions, boy, I'm telling you, they know how to lose. They don't know how to do nothing else. They know how to lose, man. Ah, so all you Lions diehards. So I used to be a diehard. Then I grew up a little bit. hmm Shout out to the coffee, Caribou Blend again. That's one of my favorites. But anyway, yeah. Uh, the coaching, man, the coaching on the Lions is very questionable. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very questionable. But we're gonna get started. What's up, Sean? What's going on? Appreciate you watching the show today. It's a special day here. Special time. I was trying to get the thumbnail out as quickly as possible, but I kind of did it last minute, so that's kind of like my fault. So I'm not expecting any major traffic today, but we're gonna keep it going though. We're gonna keep it moving, man. Shout out to everybody who support our channel. We are growing. We are definitely growing in a way that's you know uh, once next year starts, man, we're gonna have a nice following. So I appreciate everyone that's been a part of us so far, day ones. Appreciate you so much. But let's go ahead and get right into the show. All right. So, what we talking about today, man? I had this. At first, I wasn't going to really talk about this topic about cancel culture, the uprise of it. Uh, it's like every year it gets worse and worse. With this particular thing, but I wanted to talk about it because I see that um I see that the media is trying to suppress anything or anyone with an opinion and with an observation. Um, to me, this whole cancel culture thing is way out of hand. And it is something that unfortunately happens. Uh, it's happening. Well, we could see it from a larger scale because people that are celebrities and things like that. People that's in the limelight, if you will. We can see that the cancel culture work or the cancel culture process. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who say anything about a certain group of people, they want to call them a hate. They want to say that they hate the person or they anti-Semitic or they hate this group of people and stuff like that. It was hate speech or whatever. And so, um, here in America, it's a little bit different than Canada, because like in Canada, hate speech is actually illegal to the standpoint where you can be either sued, arrested, or whatever, charged with an actual crime if you go the hate speech route. And a lot of times, people who are again in the limelight, we're gonna touch on a few of those people. It doesn't matter what you do it could be from the largest thing to the smallest thing. I'm telling you, they are trying to suppress anybody that has any type of human reaction to anything. And there was one particular incident that happened recently with a talk show host that we're going to talk about today that I thought was just egregious. It was just like I don't even know the whole story as far as like how it got started, but we're gonna dive into it though. Um, but yeah, so this whole thing about uh cancel culture, things of that nature, is to the point where um people don't even have a legit leg to stand on when it comes to it now. You can be canceled for anything. And it seems to me like the people it reminds me of the story in the Bible about he that is without sin cast the first stone. It's like everybody that's trying to stone people or cancel them or whatever, they got skeletons in their closet too. I'm trying to figure out how that's possible. How is it possible for you to cancel somebody or cancel a person when you do wrong too? Like you've done something wrong as well. But they're trying to paint a narrative like, oh, because this person said something about a certain group of people, such as the JEWSs, then all of a sudden, now that person is anti-Semitic and they hate Jews, and that's not the case. Um, some people have an experience with them. Some people have an actual relationship with them, and so they are able to create their own observation based on their experience. That's the one thing I. That's the one thing that I do is I don't. I'm not. You know a tree by the fruit it bear. I don't have to judge an apple tree. It's not judging. It's you bear apples. You are an apple tree. So I don't have to guess what you are, right? And so a lot of times with people, with each other, um, we have to have that type of discernment and that type of ability to judge righteously, right? Because it's like when I mean by judging righteously, not like judging a person, like this cancel culture thing. That's another level of craziness. I'm talking about being able to properly observe a person, and you like, okay, but this person is this type of person, and then that's who they are. That's the fruit that they portray. That's the fruit that they bear. You know what I'm saying? A person that's loving or whatever like that. You don't have to guess if they're a loving person. You see it in action. You can see it by what they do and how they do it when it's a loving person or not. So, but this cancel culture thing is like, man, it's like we want to because we want to people want to protect their own ideology and their own thing to the point where it's like if anybody goes against our idea of what we think is gender fluid, gender whatever, if we anybody goes against that, then they hate us. Now there's a hate crime. We're offended now, and so now that we're offended, now we have to cancel you because you offended a certain amount of people that, excuse me, also supported you at one point, or whatever the case may be. And I don't, and that, to me, to me, it is the most egregious thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is your point? What are you trying to accomplish by this whole cancel culture thing, right? So we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. So one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to look for a solid because I have a definition of what I understand what cancel culture is, right? But I wanted something solid, right? That we all could look at, right? And so I found something, and I think this is a very good definition of what cancel culture is and how it works. All right. So put this up real quick. All right. So what is cancel culture? All right. So first of all, this is some old. I don't know what this is like. Things I'm telling you, this whole cancel culture thing, this right here happens more often than not, and it happens in certain times. And we're gonna talk about it. It says, simply put, cancel culture is the idea of taking away support for an individual, their career, popularity, and or fame because of something they said or done that's considered unacceptable. Now, let's keep it a bean. A lot of times this stuff kind of happens in the workplace, especially when it comes down to sexual harassment or any harassment of any way, right? There's been times where men, for the most part, men have been in a position where, let's say, for instance, they compliment. You got to be careful, fellas, to even compliment a coworker and say, "Hey, you look nice today." Don't even say nothing at the workplace. At the workplace, just do your work and go. Don't try to be cute with the girls and the ladies and all that kind of stuff. Just don't even do it because when it's time to choose between you and them, they're gonna choose themselves. They're not going. They're not about to be honest. So it's a lot of time. I mean, I've been in environments where I know for a fact I could have reported a lot of different things. I done had my head rubbed. I'm telling you, I done had women walk up on me in the workplace, rub my head while I'm working on something, and they standing behind me, they rubbing my head, they leaning all up on me, they giving me all this body attention, and I'm just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you smell good. Da da da. I'm telling you, I done had this happen to me plenty of times. And fellas, if you watching it, I mean, ask some brothers, ask ladies, if you watching, ask some men. Have they been sexually harassed? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. This is real talk. Now, when a man is penalized for any type of thing where it comes to compliment, or some men do take it too far, then what happens is the first thing they do is they go to that pocket. They say, we're going to take away your support. So they're going to fire you, they're going to suspend you, or whatever. It depends on the level of harassment or whatever the case may be. Even if it's a disrespectful harassment, such as if a person say, hey, if a person who is of a certain ethnicity, they say, hey, I don't want you to call me, you know, um, a derogatory or an offensive, name for me, like I know back in the day in the 80s and 90s, like our parents used to call Arabs Arabs, right? And so they were like, this is not, we are not Arabs, we're Arab, and so they were able to, say this to people because they wanted them to they wanted to correct them, which I understood. So this is the same thing, like that if you keep doing something like that, that could be considered harassment as well, right? So it says here, most of the time, people who are canceled because they are a public figure with influence over a huge audience, and what they've done or said is alleged to have caused harm to a particular person, group of people, or community. For example, many of those who have been canceled have received this public backlash following accusations of violent, sexist, racist, homophobic, and transphobic activities or comments. Now, this is the thing. This is crazy to me because it's like phobia is a severe fear or a deep fear of something. So, if a person has an opinion such as like J.K. Rowling's, who is the author of the Harry Potter series, right? Let me pull her up real quick. There was a okay, so this person named Maya Forstater. I hope I'm saying that right. She tweeted something about being a woman. And so J.K. Rowling, who was the author of Harry Potter, multimillionaire, the Harry Potter series is huge. It's one of the large. It's one of the biggest books, film that ever hit, Hollywood, basically. You know, Harry Potter is worth billions, but she's made millions off of it. Um, and so it says here that the multimillionaire took to Twitter in support of Maya Forstater, a researcher who was fired from her job after she tweeted. She was fired from her job after she tweeted that people cannot change their biological sex in a comment that has been labeled as transphobic. People, what? Tell me if that a true statement though. It says here is that and she was very specific. She said cannot change their biological sex. That's her tweet, and she got labeled as transphobic. This young lady named Maya. She got labeled as transphobic and they fired her. Now see, I just talked about how you can do anything. That's considered an harassment or that's considered hate speech. They fired her. Okay? So took away her livelihood, the way she support her family herself, took that away and fired her because she had an opinion or she had facts about something. Because that is an actual fact. You can do whatever you want to do, but you cannot change your DNA. You just can't. You can take all of the testosterone and estrogen pills you want, ladies and gentlemen. It is not going to change your DNA. Period. It ain't gonna change your DNA at all. And that's facts. She got fired for saying this. So J.K. Rowling's responded to this by saying, dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who will have you, live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real. She and then it says adding right here, but it just says she added a hashtag that says I stand with Maya. They trying to cancel J.K. Rowling for saying it. This is this year. This is recent. Okay, they are trying to get rid of her support, slander her career. I mean, do anything they can to deny this person their livelihood. Now, thankfully, she is, well to do. However, it doesn't mean anything because you still have to have a level of income, right? And you still have a level of reputation. And you have your own character, your own, like, what is going on? So there are suppressing people with opinion. This is not even hate speech. There's nothing hateful about that. There's nothing transphobic about it. She don't have a deep fear of trans people. Nobody's scared of y'all. Ain't, no- ain't nobody shivering in their boots because y'all want to be trans. What's dangerous is the fact that you're doing it. You're trying to paint the narrative that is biologically done. Now you're trying to gaslight me. Now you want me to believe whatever it is that you feel about yourself, even if it goes against God's actual plan. You want me to believe it now. You want me to accept whatever it is that you believe yourself to be. And if I don't accept you, then all of a sudden I'm scared of you. Or I'm scared of the concept of what you're trying to do. So J.K. Rowling is saying, yo, how can you fire somebody from their job because they stated a fact? That's not hate speech. This lady Maya said, hey, you cannot change your biological sex. I don't care what you do. Your biological sex can't be changed. J.K. Rowling said, I agree. She talked about why the lady got fired. She said, dress how you want to dress. Do what you want to do. Do it with whoever you want to do it with. But don't fire people because they have an actual factual opinion. This lady's opinion is based on a fact. Period. You can get all of the testosterone you want. You're biologically still able to carry children, to carry a baby. You cannot change that. Even if you rearrange down there, you still cannot change the fact that you can give birth. You feel me? So at the end of the day, them stating something like that. This is my whole point. They stating something like that, they get canceled. Or all of the media is like, yo, don't support them. We're gonna get rid of all the Harry Potter movies. We're gonna take the Harry Potter movies. We're gonna ban them. We're gonna do all these things because people are saying the truth. Um, Recently, also in the news, you know, Kanye, Mr. Ye West, formerly known as Kanye. Well, he more he beyond counsel. What kind of he beyond counsel? What kind of cancellation they do on him? I mean, it is beyond me. Look, they froze the brother's money. They said, "Look here." They said, "Look here, we're gonna freeze that." U.S. banking giant J.P. Morgan Chase is ending its relationship with the rapper and designer Kanye West, who now goes by the name Ye and his Yeezy brand. Let me see here. This is something that happened with, I believe it was Gap. It says that the company did not mention the controversy, but said successful partnerships are rooted in mutual respect and shared values. Hold on, wait a minute. You see how they trying to play you with the words? Look at this. Successful partnerships are rooted in mutual respect and shared values. Wait a minute. What does that mean? What does shared values mean? Right? See, they want to get you with these words, like when they be writing these articles and when they say certain things to the public, they want to hit you with this word salad. Shared values. Does that mean that as long as you agree to do whatever it is that I want you to do, then that's going to be a successful partnership? Or maybe that means that as long as you don't talk about these particular people or my people, then we're all good. Or maybe it means that the shared value is the very thing that we share the value because I'm paying you. So you're going to do what it is that I want you to do. And if you don't do what I want you to do, then I'm going to force you to apologize. Or then I'm going to mess your accounts up. Recently Adidas froze his account. It was $75 million in his account and throughout four accounts. He said he couldn't use his Apple Pay. Mr. Ye said, I cannot use my Apple Pay because Adidas froze my account. But what happened was there was some type of exiting strategy that Kanye West had in his contract with Adidas where they still had to release that money and they had to do some other things that Kanye did not mention directly. But again, this is what they will do, right? The people that are in control, they will do whatever they want. Now, this is the thing. Let's take it, and we're using just like celebrity status on this, but let's take it from a regular everyday thing. How many people like basically basically cancel culture is a group of haters of anybody who have an opinion or their own individual thought, they ain't gonna like you. They're not gonna like you. How many people do you know in your life they cancel you because you have an opinion that you don't share like theirs? You don't share the same opinion as someone else. So they will cancel you. How many of your homies, home girls, or whatever, friend, best friend, as soon as it's time to distinguish the difference between an individual and a shared value or a shared thought, when you have your own way of thinking, all of a sudden your friends are like, "Oh, I can't mess with you. I can't rock with you no more. I can't rock with you no more." You know some people like that, right? They can't rock with you no more because you got your own opinion, you got your own way of thinking. You think as an individual, you don't think like them. So because you don't think like them, they have an issue with you. So what they do, they rally up everybody else and be like, "Yo, I don't rock with her no more. I don't rock with him no more because I needed them for this, but they didn't do that." Or I was talking to them about something and they took the other person's side instead of my side. See how childish that is? And then your side of the story was wrong. Your side of the story, you did something wrong. You placated. You did something wrong on your side of the story. And because I'm an individual and I can think for myself, I have the ability to think for myself. And what you're telling me is not adding up. So then when I start when I start asking probing questions, then I get the truth. The truth is you messed it up. But they want to cancel you. Your own friends want to cancel you. And see, this whole cancel culture thing is so huge amongst public figures, but it ain't always about just public figures. There's some private relationships that have been destroyed because another person got upset because that person did not have their back or they did not support their craziness. So anybody if you don't support their craziness, they don't want to rock with you. They want you to support their toxicity. It's cancel culture even down to the private sector of the world of just regular everyday people. People like all these people, they got money. They got public attraction, they have money. These people, yeah, they can't they getting canceled on a large scale because they trying to ban them or they trying to not support their career or they ostracize them or create articles and writings about them that are not true, all that kind of stuff. Now take that same concept and bring it down to your everyday life. How many people in your life that you knew of that was cool, you was cool with at first, but then when they started getting toxic and being on some craziness, then all of a sudden they wanted you to support their craziness, and you said, "No, I'm not going to do it." Now all of a sudden they got the whole team against you because you have an opinion. Your opinion was based on the questions you was asking. It was based on the facts. Your opinion is based on something. People think that having an opinion, people think like, oh, if I have an opinion, that all opinions are not true or whatever. It's just my opinion. No, some opinions are true because they're based on the truth. If you have a certain experience in your life and you receive a certain lesson from that experience, then based on that experience is where your opinion comes from, or where your observation come from, or where your perspective come from. So when a person has an opinion about something based on that, then at the end of the day, this is something that, oh, I gotta block this user, man. This is crazy. These people are nuts, man. Then based on that, uh, you know you develop your own way of thinking. So at the end of the day, a person who cannot respect your opinion based on your experience, is that a real friend? Is that a real person that you can really like holler at, talk to about stuff? I don't know. Because they have a bias about them that you don't rock with. They have a bias, you know? And then again, like it's like now, these people are saying, "Hey, you are definitely transphobic if you have an opinion about the truth. If you have an opinion about the truth, then you are definitely going to get canceled because you have something that you believe based on the truth. You believe it, and now we're going to cancel you because you don't agree with us." And notice there is an agenda being pushed, especially when it comes to this gender thing. There's an agenda being pushed because they have an outcome that they want. You feel me? Let's see here. Says a spokesperson. I'm down here where it says a spokesperson for the German sportswear company also said that the Adidas Yeezy partnership is one of the most successful collaborations in our industry's history. Really? So why are you canceling the man? Oh, because he shared his opinion based on his experience. Ah, gotcha. In the letter, the bank gave Mr. West until 21 November to transfer his business. So basically, they're like, "Yo, you got to get your money out of our accounts, bro. You got to get your money out of our bank." You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, look, they declined any comments. Any comments that they were supposed to give to the public. They didn't do it. They just like, yo, man, just get your money and go. You know, Kanye West did go to the media, to the big media, to talk about it, and it was after that it was like it's a wrap. He talked about the CEO of Chase, who was Jamie Dimon. He talked about him. He talked about a lot of the people that are in the banking system that he has worked with personally, directly, right? Because he has money not only in U.S. currency, but he also has foreign money. You don't think Kanye West has foreign money? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he has all this type of money. He has all these different types of currencies because he has these different type of relationships and on a global scale. And so because he had an opinion about a certain group of people, they want to call him anti-Semitic. And then this is what Ye said about himself. He himself said that he is a part of the black Jews. Hey, that's what you believe, Kanye. That's what's up. He was like, so I can't be anti-Semitic because I can't hate myself. But the narrative that hip hop is using, the language that hip hop uses to uh rap in these songs and talk about the women and talk about killing each other and all that kind of stuff, that's not anti anything. That's celebrated and that's supported. That was his argument. I don't see anything egregious about his opinion about that. He comes from that place. His opinion is based on where he comes from with this. He comes from this industry. He's inside the industry. He knows how to get in there. Not remember if y'all remember this a few years ago or whatever. Maybe it was about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He went viral when he did a freestyle at a concert. Said he sold his soul to the devil. He said he know it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with some toys like a Happy Meal. Now when he went viral with that, and everybody that every we the fan, people who are supporting the fans or whatever, people are like, what in the world? That dude sold his soul to the devil. He said it. They didn't cancel him though. They did not cancel that man at all. They didn't say nothing about his support being gone or nothing. They said nothing. As long as you play by the rules, by their rules, you're fine. This is what happens in everyday life. If you really think about it, this happens all the time. As long as you sing and dance for your people who they call you that so-called friends and family or whatever, as long as you do a song and dance for them, even though they be on some egregious craziness, as long as you support them, everything is fine. As long as you support the craziness, everything is fine. When you stand on your own 10 toes and you say, nah, that ain't right, that's that, you have your opinion and you state it emphatically, that's when everything goes backwards. Your friendship is gone, everything is messed up. Really? Mm, mm, mm. That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me. Um, Here go one that was a little egregious too. So anybody familiar with James Corden, right? He's a late host. I think his late show comes on like after midnight or something like that. Yeah, I think it's like Stephen Colbert is at 11:30, and then like 12 midnight, like 12:30, 12:45, something like that. This guy come on. This is my guy right here. Now, he's hilarious. Um, it says here, look at this. The most recent from October 2022 explained how Corden had reacted to the restaurant making a mistake with his wife's order, saying James Corden began yelling like crazy to the server. You can't do your job. You can't do your job. Maybe I should go into the kitchen and cook the omelet myself. All right. So, according to this particular article, he um he got upset because his wife's order was incorrect. Okay. How many of y'all been in a restaurant? Okay. Now, if you order something at a restaurant and they get the order wrong and they present it to you. How many times do people just go like off rip, just go off? You know, it's a handful of times, but normally you'll be like, I'm sorry, this is not my order. I ordered the such and such. They'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll go back and get your order. The fact that he went all the way off like this, according to them, because again, his story, his side of the story wasn't really said. He didn't even address it on his show, I don't think. But again, they like, we gonna cancel James Corden. We gonna cancel the late host. We trying to cancel everybody that shares any type of human reaction to anything. We gonna cancel them. This is egregious. See, what's going because what's happening is that they want us to be robots. They want us to be robots. To they want us to voluntarily clone ourselves. They want everybody to look like each other. They want everybody to sound alike. They want everybody to think alike. They want zombies. Zombies don't move society. Zombies don't increase economics. They don't challenge the minds of philosophies and human growth as far as personal development. They don't. They want everybody to think alike, be alike. They even canceling. Look at this. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys. I don't even know how this is okay. So back in the day, remember back in the 1950s, I believe it was 1957. There was a high school in Little Rock, Arkansas. I think it was called North Little Rock High or something like that. They had finally integrated the high school. There were 9 black children, 9 black boys. I think they were all boys though. 9 boys, and the white people in this photo to the right were blocking them from entering into the high school. And from somebody from somewhere found out that this young white kid right here is this old man right now. They are going all the way back to the 50s on cats, man. Okay? This man is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. This is supposedly him, and they are trying to now get him to explain this photo of him in it. I don't even listen. They are trying to cancel every single human being on earth right now at this point. Check this out. Check out this article. Jerry Jones fields questions about 1957 photo published in report. All right. Now, this is let's read this real quick. Not okay, he's 14 years old. Let's read this. Okay, cool. Okay, let's read this. The Post published a story Wednesday with a photo that showed a 14-year-old Jones peering over a crowd of white students as 6 black teenagers. I thought it was 9. Okay, it's 6. 6 black teenagers walked up the steps of North Little Rock High School in Arkansas as the school was integrated in 1957. Jones said he was there out of curiosity than rather than animosity. He said, I didn't know at the time the monumental event really that was going on, Jones said. I'm sure glad that we're a long way from that. I am. That would remind me to just continue to do everything we can to not have those kids not to have those kinds of things happen. All right. Now look. Now look. This is crazy, man. All right. Now, he's 14 years old. I'm pretty sure he understood what was going on. This whole thing, what he said is malarkey. He's old now. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? He's trying not to. He's trying to do something totally different right now with the Dallas Cowboys and all. That's all he care about at this point. Like he don't care about none of that other stuff. Um, he has a weird like Jerry Jones has this like weird loyalty to people. Um, and he just favors certain people like Tony Romo, Dak Prescott. He just favors certain people. Like he just do. This particular photo, um, right here. that to the right, you can tell that like a lot of those kids are they like, yeah, we're gonna just block all these. They knew what they were doing. You can't tell me this boy didn't know what he was doing. Yes, he knew exactly what he was doing. Now we gonna take what he did in 1957 at 14 years old, even though he knew what he was doing, but he probably didn't have a full understanding of the consequences that it can have in the future. Of course, he didn't know. He's 14. At 14 years old, what were you thinking about? You know what I'm saying? You didn't have no level of maturity at 14. You was either a leader or follower. You was either following the crowd, bullying somebody, or you was a loner as a kid. And then sometimes kids get involved in other stuff and they just believe the hype and they get energetic about stuff and they feed off each other's energy and blah 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 blah. I mean, you're 14. So yeah, he knew exactly what was going on. Yes, he knew that it was a racist act going on. He knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? However, he's 14 at the same time. His level of maturity is nowhere near where it is now as an old man with children and family and all this kind of stuff right now. And my thing is this: there's no excuse for what he did back in 1957. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Anyway, all I know is this: we're going all the way back. We're going all the way back to 1957, just like they did your boy Kevin Hart. They went all the way back to 2000 and something when he made a tweet, a joke. What is going on that people are doing this cancel thing? It's getting egregious at this point. And what it is that people are saying, hey, we need this agenda to pop off, and we're not going to let nobody stop us from our agenda, period. We ain't going to let nobody stop us from our agenda. We are going to accomplish this thing with or without anybody. This cancel culture situation is out of hand. There's nothing you could do. And see, what we need to do is cancel culture. Because again, to me, it feels like a group of people who saying, "Hey, we doing our thing, and we want the support for our thing. If you're not gonna support us, we gonna make you support us." They're literally writing literature, laws, legislation in Canada. Bill C-16 is a real bill in Canada that forces people to use pronouns for certain groups of people who identify as the opposite sex. And if you don't do it, they either will fine you or they will arrest you and put you in jail. It is considered a crime. They are ostracizing everybody because they have their opinions. This is unreal, man. You can't even and see this is the reason why times like this will show you who is brave enough and courageous enough to not give in to this type of bullying, or they're trying to oppress your speech. They want you to say what they want you to say. You know what I'm saying? They want you to support what they're doing. They want you to believe whatever narrative they painted on themselves. They want you to believe it and accept it. And if you're like, no, I don't accept that. Like, I no, I respect you if you want me to call you whatever, but I'm not. I know you're not. I know you're not that. How you gonna tell me I was born this way? Oh, okay. Biologically? Oh, okay. They want you to believe. They want you to believe them like they believe themselves. And some of us is like, we're not doing that. You're not going to tell me what. You're not going to tell me that but that biology is it doesn't work anymore. That is not real. Get out of here. You're not going to tell me that. So this is a time where we need to stand up and have something we stand for. You got to stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Because people are just out here doing anything, and they want you to believe them. You know, it's like, come on, man, come on. So at the end of the day, I'm standing up for what I believe, man, and I'm going to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Like, you're not forcing me to believe anything egregious. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at all. I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna end the show in a second, man. But until then, hold on one second. Let's do this. That was the Mail Room Shows promo for Sunday. Listen, Sunday, man, it's gonna be a good show. Gonna be a good show. It's episode 19. Um, it's getting close to our season finale, and we're gonna have some more information about that. But again, if you are a part of the Mailroom Network today, if you're watching or whatever, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on IG at Mailroom Review. And also email us at the mailroom313 at yahoo.com. If you have any type of content you want us to go over, any type of topics you want us to go over, we'll definitely do that. And make sure that you click the link inside of the description of this show or any of our shows or our IG page, and go ahead and click the link to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel, man. We have good content. We have good live shows. We do some clips here and there and things of that nature, man. We always want to stay relevant to what's going on. But definitely, if you want to be a part of the mail carriers, come on and join the mail carriers by joining the Mailroom Network. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get our uh, notified of our live shows and things of that nature. But we appreciate you. Again, thank you so much for watching the Coffee and Conversation show with your boy, your host, Tay Biz. Hey, I'm about to go ahead and be out. But I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know it's a time where you really like sharing time, spending time with your family, and spending time with your children, your loved ones that live out of town, they're in town, things of that nature. Hey, enjoy your family, man. Hey, don't take it for granted. You feel me? Until next time. I will see y'all next week. And I want you to do me one favor. I want you to keep your coffee, your conversation. I want you to keep it brewing, all right? I'll holler at you.